Well, hey there folks, Tip here, Stupid Gardener. Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Well, I'm working on screening off our worm bin here. And I think last time I did a video on this was last year, 1st of September of 2020. And I started this worm bin, I think, sometime in May of 2020. And I'm just working now with just screening this thing off, getting all those, all that compost that is broken down, along with all the worm castings from the worms. So let me show you what I got so far here. Now I'm going to screen this off, but I'll tell you what, these worms have really done a great job of breaking all this down. And look at that great soil that's just full of worm castings. And like I said, I've been screening it off over here, taking the worms, and I've been dumping the worms back in this bucket here that I'll be putting back in the worm bin. But I think it did a pretty good job. I probably could have worked on a little bit more to get more out of it. And I'll show you a video of what we have left in there. I have screened some off, but I'll show you exactly what we have in there. Now this worm bin is 24 inches deep, and I had that all the way filled up to the top. And I just put leaves in there and a lot of shredded paper. And you know, some of the shredded paper is still there, but it is breaking down. But that broke down all the way down to about 7 or 8 inches, and it's all just great soil and worm castings. So let me show you what we have in there right now. Okay, now this is the inside of our worm bin, and like I said, I had this thing all the way filled up to here with a lot of leaves and shredded paper, and it broke all the way down to here, and there was probably about 7-8 inches in here. And tell you what, did a pretty good job breaking down. Look at that great soil, and that is just full of worm castings too. And that's, you know, that's the excrement from the worms, and this is great fertilizer. I noticed along the edges that it got kind of dry, and I was, you know, spraying it down with a bottle and everything, but the edges were dry. But I tell you what, right here in the middle, they really did a great job of you know, breaking everything down for us. And there's still a bunch of worms in here. I've screened off a couple of scoopfuls here, and I've found about probably, you know, 10 to 12 worms. When I opened this, they were all on the top, but when they see light, they kind of, you know, dive down the bottom. So that's where I've been finding them, and I've been saving them. So we're going to screen all this off, and we'll probably put this all around our lettuce that we just planted. Also, I planted some carrots also, so we'll probably put all this around there. Great fertilizer for our fall garden. Okay, so let me dump some of this on here. This is what I just pulled out of the worm bin there. And the one thing you want to be careful about when you're doing this is you're not killing any of the worms. So I really just like to spread this out as much as I can and kind of find the worms. And you got to do it real easy because you don't want to hurt them. Because those will go right back into our worm bin, and they will start, you know, doing what worms do, and they will be reproducing the more we feed them. So you just want to be very careful that you're not, you know, squishing any of them and hurting them. And I pulled this scoop right off the top, so I think the worms were probably down below, but I did find a couple in there. And I'll just take that worm and we'll throw it back in this bucket here. And that's going to go right back in on the bottom of our worm bin when we start to fill it back up again. And really the only thing that really didn't break down was just some of the paper, and there's some twigs and different things like that. And I noticed some of these coffee filters that I get from my Keurig, for some reason they take a lot longer to break down, even in my regular compost. But these can go right back in there, and they'll continue feeding on these, and they'll you know, take care of them for us. But really did a real good job. You know, I'm very happy with this. And like I said, I just need to work on it more. So let me finish all this up, and I'll show you what the end result is. Okay, so I got everything screened off, and you know, we did pretty good. I got 2 of these 5-gallon buckets, you know, filled up to the top, so that's 10 gallons of great fertilizer, great worm castings in here. And I tell you, this is so light and airy and has a great smell to it. So this will be perfect for us to put around our lettuce, our carrots we have out there, as well as our broccoli. Great natural fertilizer that's really going to help us this fall. And you really, you can't go wrong with this. It's probably the best fertilizer you can really put onto your plants. So what I need to work on for next year when we plant our garden in, for 2022 is to really work on keeping this filled up to the top and really work on feeding these worms and really get them working to really maybe double what we're getting out of here, because when I start planting in the springtime, this here would be perfect to use when we do our planting. And it's something that we really need to do. And like I said, it's all natural. It's right from our compost and what we eat and what we throw in there. A few things that I thought that the worms really liked. Anytime we get sweet corn, and I tell you what, the sweet corn down here in North Carolina was just great this year. And my wife was buying it like every single week when we would grill out. They love that, the husk. You throw those in there, the worms just attack it, as well as the corn cobs there. They love the corn cobs that we throw in there. They just attack those and really just tear them up. I just got to put more kitchen scraps in there and really feed them, because the more you feed these worms, the more they're going to eat, the more they're going to reproduce to take down all that food. So the way I fill this up, I put another layer of cardboard on the bottom there, and then I put some unscreened compost on top of that cardboard. I filled it up with a bunch of leaves, and then I put in some shredded paper and some more leaves on top. Over the next couple of weeks, it's end of September here, the leaves are going to be changing, they're going to be dropping, so I'll be able to fill this all the way up with leaves and some more shredded paper, and I'll just work on putting more kitchen scraps in there. They love bananas also. You put a banana in there and they will really attack it. Hopefully next year, by the springtime, we'll be able to really incorporate this more into our gardening and what's going on in our raised garden bed, and really get these worm castings around our plants, and really it's a great fertilizer. So I'm starting to ramble, so let me sign off, because I want to get all this around our plants so I can get grilling and get our supper ready for tonight. Here it's Sunday, so that's when we usually grill out. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and remember, we are on Instagram as well as Facebook, The Stupid Gardener. We're getting a lot of activity on our Facebook page, our The Stupid Gardener, so feel free to hop on over there. We take a lot of pictures and throw them up there on Instagram as well as Facebook. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. We have over 500 subscribers now. Hopefully we'll get to 1,000 real soon. That's kind of my goal. If you are not a subscriber, stop what you're doing, hit that subscribe button, and just follow along here for the winter time and the fall as we expand out our garden for next year. So this is Tip from The Stupid Gardener. Everyone take care. God bless everyone. Take care. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help The Stupid Gardener get to 1,000 subscribers.